Hello guys. Just delivered here to Willis, where I went the other day or the other weekend with the new Volvo FM right here. So now I just got the truck and I delivered here. It's Sunday today, so it's really calm and nice out. And in this video, what should I talk about? Well, first of all, this is a Scania P420, that old. I mean, it looks old on the outside and everything, but then it's got this really nice big kind of new LCD here, so it's kind of weird how it's old and then it got this nice LCD. I don't know, maybe it was this year model where they came out or something. And it got a clutch, this one, like semi-automatic, and it's really slow on shifting, this P420. I know we have some city trucks, I have videos on the P270 Scanias, and they are nothing like this one. They don't have a clutch and they shift a little faster, but I believe they are like 8 geared, only have 8 gears. This one is fully 12 geared. It's like a more long distance truck, so it's very slow, like as a distribution or city truck, because it accelerates so slowly, because it shifts so slowly. The RPMs drop extremely slowly on this thing, and that's just really bad of Scania that they did it so it drops so slowly. At least it's rigged and solid and durable, I guess, but yeah, it's pretty annoying. But it's powerful at least, so if you do long distance it's no problem, you know, because at least it's powerful. 420 horsepower is pretty good. It's okay, you know, we can take it there. But I just talked this morning to a colleague of mine that, you know, it's not nice to have these slow trucks. Should be like, I mean, if you were to drive this one with trailer fully loaded, I believe it would take more in fuel than a V8 would. 700 horsepower or 580, I don't know. So that's quite interesting how that works out. I don't know. Beautiful view here. When I went this way like 2 hours ago, when I was going to deliver, there was a bus that had stopped here in this bus stop, and I came here in 50, and the bus, of course, as they always do, they just turn on their blinkers and just go. They don't even wait and look and everything or anything. As long as it's 50 here in Sweden, the buses are allowed to go out in front of you. Now, I don't know if there are any like regulations or like laws, but of course, like if the bus turns out into your side, then it's the bus fault. But if the bus turns out and you can't brake in time and you crash into the bus, then it's your fault. So I came there in 50 with this fully loaded truck, and I was like, oh shit, he's gonna turn out. So I put my hand on the horn, and as soon as I see him turn on the left blinkers, I snudge the horn once and I see him turn out, and then I just stand on the horn, and then he brakes. Even if he wouldn't brake, I could have turned out like kind of in the opposite side, or there was like a little broader way. But you know, so buses are very dangerous. As soon as it's 50 and you see a bus at a bus stop, just release your speed a lot. So that's one great tip for you guys. So I was thinking of talking a little bit more personal in this video. Like why do I work, maybe what should be the title, why do I work at this company of all companies? that should be a title. Or like, how did I get into trucking, maybe. You guys in the comments, please, you know, help me to find a good title for my videos, or like subjects to talk about. Just type it in the comments if you know any good subject that you maybe you're wondering about something and I can explain it. Right now I'm looking here at the comments on my phone, and there was one guy asking me, where is it? Seems to have deleted his comment. Oh, there we go. Okay, I shouldn't read on my mobile while driving, man. No, that's just very dangerous. But anyways, I first, oh yeah, now I remember, he wondered why I changed from that beer company to this one. I haven't changed, I'm still at the same company, and that's a hiring company which hires out people to replace staff or replace extra demand, you know, when it's high demand. Usually by, like, for example, Easter and Christmas, people tend to buy a lot of food and stuff, and then there's a lot of high demand on those times, and as I drive food, you know, then they're gonna need me. So I can still work at that Spendrups company if I want to, but I don't want to, because I damaged my kneecap, or knee. It jumped out of socket. First time it happened was like very long time ago, and then I thought it like wouldn't happen again as long as I'm careful. So I started working, and I worked the whole summer, and then I drove motocross, and I was going to load the motocross onto the back of my car, like the one that's over there has done. But I kind of the blanket that I used to go up sorry for my throat. The plank that I used to go up on the back there, it went down, it fell down. So when it fell down, I thought I could just carry it up, because it was only the rear wheel which was down. So I took with all my power, and my knee jumped out of socket really badly. So after that I was so afraid of my knee jumping out, and then it actually happened 3 more times after that, and now finally it hasn't happened more, because I finally got a knee cover, and I've been training my knee a lot. It's getting better and better, but it's still like crackling, and it hurts sometimes when going in stairs, and I don't know. So that's the reason why I quit the beer company, kind of quit. I told them at least that I can't do any hard lifts or like use my knee, and in that company you use your knee all the time, because you have this called pirra in Swedish, where you put all the beer and liquor, and sometimes these barrels, these huge barrels, you can carry 3 barrels on the same pirra. It's like a carriage thing with 2 wheels, so you can put like 3 30-liter barrels, and that's like, I don't know, 100 kilos maybe, which you gotta pull upstairs and stuff. With my bad knee, I don't know. So I told them like I can't do this. So I started working more here, because this company is a lot easier. You just have like an electric truck which you unload with, and you just got the pallets and you just unload them. Sometimes you gotta work with your hands and stuff, but very rarely. Yeah, I like it, and you can drive with trailer a lot more. You can drive some long distances sometimes, and you get a little bit better pay, I think. I don't know, I can't tell you guys about that too much. off-time employed. I'm not full-time employed, and that's why I work so rarely. And I usually work evening shifts now, and on the weekends, like Saturday and Sunday, because you get overtime or obekväm arbetstid in Swedish. Man, I'm still kind of sick. My nose is just pouring, and I feel very tired. I couldn't sleep today. Started work 12 o'clock, but woke up 8 o'clock, and then I couldn't go back to sleep. At least I got 7 hours or something. And I didn't want to record today, but I thought I'd record this little video. So the title was How I Started Trucking. So yeah, I first got my driving license. I didn't get the trailer license, but I did take the theory. I was just gonna take the exam, and then when I quit school, I kind of messed up, speeding a little bit, and I lost all of my licenses. So this was like 2012, 2013, I lost all my licenses. And then I took this grown-up course at Grönlunds, it's called Komvux in Swedish, and I took all my driving licenses again through that. The car license I took on my own with my dad, and then I took the truck and trailer license at that place. I still had my electric truck license because they can't take that away from you, really. So I still got that one on the crane. I have a crane license to operate a truck crane up to and over 18 ton per meter, so there they go. So I still kept that, so I didn't have to do that again. I just had to take my truck and trailer license again. Or the trailer license I never took actually in the gymnasium or high school. I only took the truck license, but then I lost it, as I said, in 2012, and then I got it again in 2014 or 2013. Took everything on first try. Theory, the driving exam, everything, I nailed it in the first try. And then I applied, because this hiring company that I'm working for now, they actually came to that grown-up school or course and talked to us, because somebody invited them from the class. And then I got to talk to a guy there, which talked about this. Now here we got a bus, gotta slow down. Oh, see. You see what I'm talking about? They're so dangerous. I had no time to brake there, when they put on his blinkers. They're so fast on putting on their blinkers. The bus drivers should look first and then put on it. If they see a huge truck coming, why would they drive out in front of me? They drive their buses are like huge trucks as well, so they should understand me. But still they don't. Most of them don't. Guess most of them are just ignorant. Probably been recording now for more than one part, so I'm gonna have to stitch this video together in editor or YouTube editor or something. But I did do a part 1 and part 2 video of the Scania G490 highway driving and reversing, and those were originally uploaded directly from the camera without any editing. Wow, that's nice Mercedes. those videos were raw GoPro quality. I don't know if you guys notice any difference if I edit the video together to a long video or if I put on those 17 minutes raw videos which I did there with part 1 and part 2. So if you want, you can check them out, look at the quality and see if you notice any difference and tell me. And also don't forget to comment any like title or like subject suggestions that I can talk about, so different subjects I can talk about. Sometimes I manually shift even though it's automatic, because you can't help the gearbox. Like there, I know it's a downhill and I know the gearbox the truck can handle it, so I double shifted up to 12th gear, so it's no problem. Sometimes the gearbox can be pretty stupid when going downhill. I can like put it in 12th gear, like 700 RPMs, no gas, and it shifts down to 11th gear in a downhill. It's stupid because it's a downhill and I don't use any gas, so it should be no problem to use 12th gear at like 700 RPM. But maybe it's, you know, dangerous if the engine stalls, so maybe it's like a safety feature. You should always keep around 1000 RPMs, yes. But the idling is at 500 RPMs on these trucks, I think, yeah, or something like that. 600 RPMs maybe. Let's see here, I'm gonna put in the clutch. Oh, it's 5000 RPM. Beautiful weather today, lots of people out Sunday driving motorcycles, bicycling, and they have a huge, what's called, rear in Swedish it's called bakluckeloppis they're having over here, like full of cars. So it's quite a while to get there. So many cars there, like parked on the side of the road, in the way and stuff. But it's basically they sell stuff from the back of their cars which they have brought from home, like old stuff that I don't need anymore, and they just sell them there. So you see now it's putting into 11th gear, like now I'm push it into 12th gear, it's downhill, and now we're up in 1000 RPM, so it won't switch. But if I were like a little bit lower, it will like switch gear, so it always keeps 1000 gears, and I think that's bad. Or I don't think it's bad, I don't know, I'm just wondering why it does that. Again, I put the camera to the exposure on the point, so I figured out how to do that with the GoPro Hero 5 Black. You just have to start up the camera before you record, and then you hold on the touch screen, and then it pops up out exposure and it pops up a point which you can change, but don't change it, just keep it in the middle. You just tick the OK button, and then you can start recording. But I don't like that. It's pretty annoying because I wish I could just have that as default setting, but I can't. I have to do it like that manually every time if I want to have this nice exposure where it's focused on the outside, because now it's so sunny out. If I weren't to have done this exposure thing, it would be completely white outside here, like most of my older videos are with this camera. It's really quite annoying when you can't see anything. I don't know, nobody has mentioned it in the comments, that it's totally white sometimes on the road. But for me, if I watch my videos, I think it seems really bad, and I think it's nicer if you can see the outside. Especially when I'm driving here, like in this beautiful place. Kind of. There was a truck from my company. So how I got into trucking, well, I've always liked driving things. I've had that in the comment before. I always liked controlling and driving things, like being the one in control of something. So like first, I guess I started bicycling really early, and I always was interested in my dad's car. He always fixed it, like fixed the rust on it, and he also let me drive it in the woods of our summer house when I was like 14. That's strange, they have blue lights on and then they have trolleys. Trailers behind them. So yeah, my dad let me drive his car when I was like 14, or I think even less. Yeah, I think it was like 10 years old the first time I get to steer his car. So I get to steer it from sitting on the side. Then he let me sit on his knee and steer it. And then eventually when I was like 12 or something, I get to drive it all on my own with him sitting on the other side. And that's where I really I mean, it was such a nice experience to be driving at that age. It was, man, that felt like a Yamaha R6, which I just sold the other day, by the way. I don't have that anymore now. Got the XT660R instead. Off-road bike. Here's this. Oh, they're kind of wrapping up now, where they sell stuff. But so yeah, that time when I was so young, I drove his Saab 9000, I think it was. It was so fast for me. Like I just touched the gas a little bit and it felt like a super sport car. So it was really fun. I was like super hyped to get my driving license and everything. And I also got to drive my uncle's tractor at his farm down in Småland. I am half Swedish and half Finnish, so my dad comes from down in Småland, down south in Stockholm. It's like farm places. And my uncle, or I don't know what you say in English, for Swedish it's called farbror. He has a huge farm there and lots of tractors and cows and everything, so I got to drive his tractor. Got one really old one, like a pink tractor, pretty small but still very big, and I get to drive it sitting in my dad's laps, and then eventually he let me drive it on his own. He's just standing beside me and I just loved it. Unfortunately I drove into a ditch with it, and that was the end of that driving. Guess my uncle or farbror got really mad after that. Why are they parked taxis here? Having a taxi party in the woods. So yeah, then always when going to our summer house in the Åland Islands, I always drove this truck simulator, which you could drive on the boats. You could pay like 5 kronor, that like 5 cents or $1, and then you can play that truck simulator. And I was so good at it. Actually, you were supposed to drive fast with the truck, so it wasn't really like you're supposed to drive slowly or anything. But I was so good at it that I could play for like half an hour, like finish the whole game almost. So every time we went to my summer house, I just sat there or stood there on that truck simulator on the boat on the way there and played that truck simulator, and I don't know, then I just thought, what am I gonna do in my future when I was gonna start high school, you know, the gymnasium. So I don't know how, but I think I heard from somebody or I read it on the internet that there's this transport course you can take, and then you get to take the driving license for a truck and trailer and everything through the school, and they pay for almost everything. The only thing you have to pay for are the fees for the exams, the exam fees, and that wasn't really too much. So I saved maybe, how much was it? I bet you I saved at least $5,000 on taking my truck license through that school. And yeah, so I like driving, and I was really tempted to go to that class. You also got the car license paid for, and you could take your car license through that transport gymnasium course. So I applied and I got in. I actually got in first at the IV program, but then when we were gonna change, like, school place, was still the same school, but you changed to the other place. You have 3 grades, so to 2nd grade we changed, and we got the option to change course without them looking at my ground school scores, and I had very bad scores, so that's why I got into the IV program. So yeah, that's basically it. Thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like and comment, subscribe, share this video with your friends. Don't forget to comment like subjects you want me to talk about in a video. Alright, bye bye.